Hey, what is going on, everybody? Pootser Gaming here, and yes, you read correctly on the title. We are flying the Saab 21, a Swedish Air Force airplane, as you can tell, with many Swedish stickers. This is not a real airplane in War Thunder. This is someone who created it. It is a user mission that I will link down below, and I totally recommend it. It's pretty darn cool. It's free download. Come on, it's free. But this plane is very unique. It's a pusher airplane. It's a low wing, and it kind of looks a little bit funny in a way. This was built into production in the end of 1945, so kind of the end of the war, and it kind of got retired in 1954. But before we get into that, I just want to show you around. There is no cockpit, sadly. There is no gun shooting right now. Hopefully they'll update that soon. But we got some internals. We got the engine. Looks like we have some fuel tanks, and we have some spars. That's about it. But let's start this baby up. It is on reduced textures, as it's because it's not a real airplane in War Thunder. But this plane is the Saab 21, a Swedish plane. Probably one of this is the first Swedish plane in War Thunder, and let's go test it out. Let's go fly it. So I'm using knots. But the maximum speed this plane can go is 343 knots, or 640 kilometers per hour, or 398 miles per hour. So it's relatively quick, and it's a very interesting looking plane. You got the big body in the front, big nose, wings kind of in the back towards near the power plant, and a long rudder, just like the P-38. We have ventilation in the front, as you can kind of tell right there in front of the landing lights. Actually, I'm going to the sun, and I'll show you the ventilation. Hello AI, please don't run into me. That'd be great. If you look just in the front, not on the tip of the wing, just in the front, you see the ventilation right there. The armaments on this airplane is on the front. We got some pretty beastly armaments. We got one 20mm Hispano, two 13 mils on the nose, directly below it on the sides, and we also have, which you can't really see here, two 13 mils on the wings. And we also have a pretty, it's a pretty beastly engine. It's a V12 engine, and it produces 1,455 horsepower. And as you can tell, got the intake on the right, and we got the wonderful V12 cylinders on the back and stuff like that. So this airplane is a little history about it. Again, I told you, built in 1945. Prototypes were before that in 1943, and it officially retired in 1954. Mainly, these were used as a fighter bomber, although it wasn't very used as much, especially the Saab 21. And just a little irony here is Saab is an actual car company, and they make cool cars, but they're really bad reliability. It's just something fun to say. Let's just climb up a little bit here. So let's go low. Low is nice and fun. But this is an interesting thing. One of the things they had trouble with is in emergency situations, they wanted to have a good ejection system. But there was one problem. They were thinking that the pilot was going to eject and fly right into the propeller, since it's right behind. So they had two issues. They were either going to have a new ejection seat that would propel you up, or either have explosive bolts. Yeah, explosive bolts on the propeller, so as you press the eject button, the propeller would just come off. But they actually went with the proper ejection seats. Another thing with this airplane is that there are 54 of these built. This version, there was like the J21A, J21A2, A3, J23. Many of those. I can go into extensive detail, but no. But basically, the original aircraft got redesigned in 1947, and it just fixed up the tail, the rudder, the wings, and the power plant. Now, with this airplane, as I'm flying it right now, I don't know how it would actually fly in real life. I don't have that much information as to what it is in real life. It feels alright. I'm just making random guesses here. Engine overheats quite quickly, just also based on first opinions. This is not War Thunder's plane. This is someone who made it, and kudos to them. Water overheats right there. Turn time, it's alright. You can, this seems like a boom and zoom type of plane. Depends what type of battle rating they put them in, right? So if you put them in a higher battle rating, it's gonna suck ass. But if you put it in a lower-ish kind of battle rating where it's kind of supposed to be, it'll be a good boom and zoom plane, depending on where it is and what country it goes and blah 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 blah. Now, I don't know if this is actually gonna be in War Thunder implemented, but someone made it. And is really, really cool. It's actually really kind of dope. So, what you guys think? Do you guys want this airplane in the game? Do you think War Thunder or Gaijin should really do it? One thing's a little heads up here is if you damage the plane in this test flight, your game will crash. Just a heads up, your game will crash if you try test flying it and you get damaged a bit. So don't get damaged. If you land and crash, well, there goes the game. So if you crash, you crash. Get it? Because if you crash the game, you crash the plane. I'm gonna kill myself. Anyways, for the actual climbing of this airplane is really hard to tell. I'm climbing at 15 here. See how it goes. Climbing 167 knots, indicate airspeed. So it seems to be alright. The actual service ceiling is too high to be in War Thunder. The rate of climb, 15 meters per second. So it's kind of the average-ish there. This thing can carry bombs and rockets. You can probably see the notches on the wing where the rockets and bombs would go. Hard to tell. You see those little 4 things next to the logo? The 4 little notches. They go right there. And also, yeah, it's a pretty quick plane. Let's try doing a dive like you would do on a plane. So you come down. I'm just gonna wet. Who cares about the engine burning? A little bit of waggle there. It's kind of slow. It's definitely not a turning fighter. Not at all. Most likely very much boom and zoom. Though how well boom and zoom, I don't know. It's got some pretty beastly armaments for what I have seen with the specs. 120 mil and 4 13 mils. 4. Jesus Christ, 4. I can see this being really beastly if it was in a lower battle rating, a lower tier, like tier 3 lower. But damn, 4 13 mils, 120 mil Hispano. That is boss. Hello AI. Go this way now. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Please download this and give it a try. It is worth a shot. It is fun. Just, you know, to fly a new plane that no one, and even Gaijin, has never even made before. Just do it. It is free. Download it. Support the developer who's doing it. His name is #YeeYeeYee. I don't remember. The link's in the description. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go land. Hopefully not crash so I don't crash the game. But watch me land and see how well I do. Yes, it is a tri-landing gear. Pretty interesting. Got a very long front gear, but I am very impressed as to how they textured it. Very decently done. I hope they add a cockpit soon. That'd be really dope. And get down, and hopefully add some armaments so we can shoot some things down. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Download it. Catch you guys next time.